The tireless steps of millions of travelers, those captivated by the unspoiled beauty of Africa, have left their mark on the vast savannas. They undertake a magical journey, crossing endless fields that stretch like emerald green carpets, traversing turbulent rivers, carrying with them the power of nature. Huge herds of livestock move relentlessly, driven by their survival instincts, to seek out new, lush pastures, tender shoots sprouting after each fleeting drizzle. The Great Migration, one of the most spectacular migrations on this green planet, is a grueling test of survival, an epic tale of resilience of all species. It is estimated that about 10% of the animals never reach their final destination, succumbing to the hardships and challenges along the way. Yet nothing can stop the endless flow of life, a surging wave of wildlife constantly moving, always striving, constantly seeking opportunities for survival. Welcome to Wild Savannah, a vast land where migration becomes a challenging survival dance, a dramatic stage for the toughest trials, where predators lurk in the shadows, ready for an adventurous hunt. Since the 1970s, every year in this place, on the vast African savanna, an eternal cycle of survival begins again, with no end, no stopping point. More than 1.7 million mighty wildebeest, along with 260,000 graceful zebras and 470,000 swift gazelles, begin a journey fraught with dangers, an adventure not for the faint of heart. They migrate from the legendary Serengeti to the lush Masai Mara Reserve, a journey of more than 1,200 miles across barren, arid lands, all in search of fresh grasses and cool water, essential elements for life. Each step is a fierce race to win life, an uncompromising battle with nature. The herds of wildebeest move like an unstoppable flood, sweeping away the dry grasses, sending dust billowing into the air, creating a magnificent and impressive scene. They march relentlessly, constantly moving forward towards the promised land where life is reborn. Each wildebeest, weighing up to 600 pounds, faces countless challenges that harsh nature has set along the way. For the newborn calves weighing only about 40 pounds, this world is a relentless test of survival, an adventure full of uncertainties and dangers. Predators lurking nearby, their cold eyes watching every movement of the livestock, ready to seize the opportunity for a hearty meal. Growls tear through the still of night and desperate cries echo across the vast savanna sky, creating a haunting symphony of the struggle for survival. But that is not the end of everything. The Mara River, a legendary and challenging river, is the last and most difficult test on the journey. The muddy waters concealing untold dangers are full of ferocious Nile crocodiles, each over 16 feet long, hiding beneath the swift current like lurking ghosts. Razor-sharp teeth await those who fall behind, the weak or unlucky animals, turning this journey into a true test of endurance, a breathtaking survival race. About 250,000 wildebeest and 30,000 zebras have been forever laid to rest on this migration route, victims of the river of death. The burning thirst in the dry season, the gnawing hunger when the grassland withers, the exhaustion after a long, drawn-out journey, cause many animals to stop, unable to continue. And the predators are always lurking, not missing any opportunity to take advantage of vulnerable animals. This fierce journey marks the end for some fates, but serves as nature's final test for the survivors, those who have proven their strength and resilience. It is an uncompromising battle between hope and hardship, between life and death. In this never-ending migration, life and struggle intertwine, creating an emotional and powerful picture in this harsh land. Serengeti, a vast flat land spanning more than 5,700 square miles, is the starting point of one of the greatest journeys on Earth, a symbol of life and freedom. This is the heart of the Great Migration, a natural migratory phenomenon that began millions of years ago, an integral part of natural history. Through severe geological and climatic changes, this plain has become one of the most important survival points for wildlife, an oasis in the harsh desert. About 2 million years ago, the appearance of blue wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles began to shape the unique ecosystem of the savanna, creating a diverse and rich picture of life. Here, large herbivores have developed seasonal migration cycles, a survival strategy honed over millions of years. The rains and new life sprouting from the ground trigger the migratory journey as vast herds begin to follow the fertile lands, seeking abundant food sources. Recent scientific research in 2023 has confirmed that the Great Migration may have begun around 1.7 million years ago, formed in the Pliocene epoch, between 2.5 million and 11,700 years ago. This migration has become an essential cycle of survival in the savanna, an integral part of the ecosystem. As conservation efforts improved in the 1970s, animal populations began to stabilize and recover, continuing the eternal story of nature and life, a testament to the power of perseverance and hope. As the rainy season ends, the grassland quickly transforms. The vegetation withers under the scorching sun, no longer able to sustain the millions of living things there. Fragile and ephemeral life forces the herds to continue moving, constantly seeking more fertile lands. Their migration is not merely a search for food, but also a testament to the solidarity between small, weak, but energetic creatures surviving in a harsh land. The herds move like a rushing river, protecting each other from predators lurking in the shadows. But when thousands of feet march together, they create a powerful force of unity, a dance of survival, a relentless race with nature and time. The Great Migration across the African savanna is a unique natural phenomenon, driven by harsh weather and fierce survival instincts. Wildebeest do not follow a fixed schedule, but listen to the call of the land, the drizzles, and the revival of the green pastures. The harsh climate of the African savanna becomes the invisible hand guiding their journey, a journey with no room for rest, where life and challenges always go hand in hand, like two inseparable companions. The short rainy season from December to March in the African savanna marks the miraculous rebirth of the Serengeti, a hopeful revival. The first rains touch the arid earth like holy water, bringing life to the parched grasslands. According to the Tanzania Meteorological Authority in 2023, the average rainfall of 4 to 12 inches per month during this period allows vegetation to flourish, creating a colorful scene. New grass grows everywhere, providing an abundant source of food for mothers after giving birth, who need nutrients to recover their health. The grasslands of the Serengeti are not just a source of nutrition, but also the foundation that sustains the entire ecosystem, an important factor for natural balance. Grasses such as Themata triandra and Pennisetum mesianum thrive thanks to abundant rainfall, becoming an important resource for millions of herbivores who depend on them for survival. Research from the Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute in 2023 shows that rainfall and temperate climates, with temperatures ranging from 68 degrees Fahrenheit to 79 degrees Fahrenheit, create ideal conditions for this birthing season, a crucial time for the survival of the species. Although the rain is not heavy, it is enough to keep the grasslands lush without causing floods or hindering the movement of animals, a delicate balance between life and the environment. At this time, Ndutu and the southern Serengeti awaken with the first seasonal rains, soothing the arid savanna and turning it into a lush green carpet stretching to the horizon. This is a critical moment, an important milestone in the life cycle of the land. The majestic blue wildebeest herds begin to arrive, like messengers of life and hope. These large wildebeest, about 4 to 5 feet tall and weighing nearly 640 pounds, choose this area as a breeding ground, a safe and promising place. Here the newborn calves are nurtured under the gentle protection of nature, growing up and thriving. This is not only an important phase in the migration cycle, but also a critical time to ensure the survival of the species in the Great Migration, a commitment to the future of life. During this period, Ndutu in the Serengeti becomes a vibrant scene, where more than 500,000 blue wildebeest calves are born, an incredible feat of nature. It is not only a wild spectacle, but also an example of predator overwhelm, a powerful survival strategy bestowed by nature, a gift for life. Hundreds of thousands of calves are born in a short period of time, creating a huge pressure on the ecosystem. This overwhelming number causes predators such as lions, hyenas, and cheetahs to become overwhelmed, unable to cope with the enormous number of prey. There is no way they can take full advantage of such an abundance of potential prey, a missed opportunity. The tiny newborns with their trembling legs become part of a huge living wall, protecting each other from the sharp teeth and covetous eyes of predators. At this time, Mundutu is like a vast survival arena, where numbers turn into strength, a constant stream of life moving forward in the Great Migration, with each step marking an eternal cycle in the African savanna. However, survival can not only rely on numbers, a factor that does not guarantee victory. In the harsh journey of the Great Migration, newborn wildebeest must grow quickly, as time is not on their side. The pressure to survive is immense. Just a few minutes after birth, a calf weighing about 40 pounds must stand up, an incredible feat of strength and will. Its first steps are not just instinct, but also essential for survival, a race against time. Within hours, it starts running, blending into the herd, avoiding the watchful eyes of lions, hyenas, cheetahs, and other lurking predators who are always looking for opportunities to attack. Thanks to the nutritious milk from its mother, the newborn wildebeest grows at an incredible rate, developing quickly and strongly. In just a few weeks, they can run almost as fast as an adult, reaching speeds of 25 to 30 miles per hour, an impressive achievement. This ability is crucial to escape from predators, especially as the herds constantly migrate over 750 miles of the savanna, an incredible distance. It is as if this instinct has been etched into their cells, a key factor that increases their chances of survival, a gift from nature. Blue wildebeest, one of the key species of the Great Migration, constantly face challenges from major predators such as lions, hyenas, African wild dogs, and cheetahs, who are always lurking in the shadows. However, wildebeest are not completely passive in the face of these threats. They do not succumb to fate. They have developed several highly effective natural defense strategies, honed over millions of years. One of the most important tactics is to move in large herds. Strength lies in unity. In Mundutu, wildebeest spread out across the plains, but they still gather tightly in dense herds stretching to the horizon, forming a powerful living wall. The number of individuals moving together makes it difficult for predators to pick out a target, creating confusion in the flow of survival. A clever strategy. This strategy not only helps protect vulnerable calves from predation, but also allows the herd to make the most of the fresh grass that grows after the rain, an abundant food source. When threatened, the adult males not only protect the herd with their sharp horns, but also play an important role in forming a defensive barrier, an incredible cooperation. The collective effort of the herd helps fight off predators, especially during the birthing season, when life and survival intertwine with every step across the harsh savanna, an uncompromising battle. Along with the wildebeest, zebras also gather with other herds from December to March in the Ndutu area, when this area becomes one of the main breeding and feeding areas, a place full of potential. Unlike wildebeest, zebras do not have a synchronous breeding season, an important difference. Females give birth all year round, but gathering during the rainy season gives them many advantages, a strategic advantage. The zebra herds, each adult weighing between 770 and 990 pounds and about 4 feet tall, move in dense clusters across the vast space, like united warriors. The sound of their hooves echoes like the endless rhythm of the savanna, a symphony of life and hope. Each step on the grassland is a struggle for survival, a relentless race. Zebras, with their flexible breeding strategy, not only rely on numbers to survive, but also know how to seize every moment that nature bestows, a great adaptation. The arid savanna cannot hinder the existence of zebras. They have a strong will to survive. The zebra herds in Ndutu, part of the Serengeti, have perfectly adapted to the semi-arid environment, where water and food are often scarce, a challenging environment. Due to competition from many other herbivores, zebras are able to travel dozens of miles to find water, even when the grass has withered under the scorching sun, an admirable perseverance. With a diet mainly consisting of grass, zebras consume tough, fiber-rich grasses that many other herbivores ignore, a clever adaptation. This allows them to survive better in the dry season, especially when following the Great Migration, where vegetation can change rapidly with the seasons, a considerable challenge. The gestation period of a zebra lasts from 12 to 13 months, a long and vulnerable period, but only 20 to 30 minutes after birth, the newborn zebra foal is able to stand on its own, faltering as it takes its first steps, an incredible feat. They may only weigh about 70 pounds, but that is not what matters. What matters is that they stand firm, that they blend into the herd, that they run a race against time. Every second counts, a choice for survival. Across the vast plains, predators never rest. They observe, they wait for moments of weakness, for the young to be left behind, vulnerable animals. However, thanks to an incredible survival instinct, the zebra foal quickly integrates into the herd, a remarkable adaptation. When the herd moves together, they are no longer an easy target, strength lies in unity. This is a survival strategy where each individual becomes part of a unified whole, and each step is a rhythm in the symphony of survival, an epic tale of resilience and hope. However, the long gestation period of zebras also makes them more vulnerable to predators such as lions, hyenas, and cheetahs, who are always lurking in the shadows. When zebras are drinking water or resting after a long journey, they can easily fall into the sights of predators and unavoidable danger. While adult zebras can defend themselves with powerful kicks from their hind legs, a formidable weapon, the young are often more vulnerable to predation. They need protection from the herd. However, zebras do not fight alone. They have strength and unity. Their greatest weapon is the unity of the herd, a close cooperation. Zebras live in large groups, each herd led and protected by a dominant male, an adult male who oversees the females and young, an organized social system. This closely knit social system helps them maintain cohesion. Strength lies in unity. Communication within the herd through calls, body language, and social behavior is key to protecting each other as they move in the migration spanning over 1,200 miles, a long and arduous journey. Zebras are not alone. They have strength from their peers. They often move together with wildebeest and gazelles, forming a solid alliance. The three species create a living shield, reducing the risk of predation, a clever strategy. Predators find it difficult to pick out an individual when large herds move together, creating a perfect dispersion effect, reducing the risk of attack. Therefore, the survival rate of zebra foals increases significantly thanks to the ability to move quickly and the protection provided by the herd, a testament to the power of cooperation and unity. After the rainy season, the Ndutu area transforms into a lush green field, where short grass grows quickly, rich in nutrients, and abundant food source. This creates an ideal environment for Thompson's gazelle, a species that mainly eats young grass, a unique adaptation. Although they enter the breeding season along with wildebeest and zebras, Thompson's gazelle have distinct behaviors and breeding patterns. An important difference: their gestation period is shorter, lasting only 5 to 6 months, an advantage. Each time, Thompson's gazelle gives birth to a single calf, focusing on quality rather than quantity. Agile and small, their survival depends on every step from the earliest days, a race against time. Thompson's gazelle is one of the smallest but most agile gazelles in the African savanna, only 24 to 28 inches tall and weighing 44 to 77 pounds, a small size but full of strength. The species is named after the Scottish explorer Joseph Thompson, a nature lover. Their light brown coat, combined with a white belly and a distinctive black stripe running from the hind legs to the shoulders, creates a distinctive appearance, making Thompson's gazelle easily recognizable on the vast Serengeti grasslands, like a signature mark. Due to their small size, Thompson's gazelle are often pursued by predators such as cheetahs and sometimes African wild dogs, who are always lurking in the shadows. Newborn gazelles weigh only about 10 pounds at birth and do not follow the herd immediately. They need time to adapt. Instead, their survival strategy relies on the ability to blend in, a clever strategy. In its early days, the gazelle calf lies motionless in the tall grass, where its light brown coat blends seamlessly with the natural environment, a master of disguise. This camouflage is key to helping them get through their most vulnerable stage, when they are weak and unable to defend themselves. Each day, the mother returns to feed her young, then leaves it hiding in the tall grass again, a sacrifice. The ability to remain hidden in the vast savanna is not just a subtle form of evasion, but also a key factor to surviving the harsh challenges of life in the Serengeti, an uncompromising battle. In the Great Migration, Thompson's gazelle moved together with the large herds of wildebeest and zebras, like companions on the road to survival. However, due to their smaller size, they often go behind, taking advantage of the young grass left behind by larger animals, a clever strategy. This characteristic allows Thompson's gazelle to avoid direct competition and conserve energy during the tiring journey, a great advantage. A characteristic behavior of this species is the constant tail wagging, which helps signal to other animals in the herd about the presence of predators, an early warning system. In addition, gazelles often engage in stotting, high jumps while running, as a way to signal to predators that they have been spotted, while also showing their strength to other members of the herd, a remarkable display. After the calving season in the early months of the year, from April to May, the Serengeti grasslands in the south begin to dry out, signaling a change. The rains have passed and green grass is now just a memory, a beautiful memory. The withered fields are trampled by the heavy feet of millions of wildebeest, zebras, and Thompson's gazelle, who are constantly looking for food. This is one of the most important stages of the Great Migration, an important milestone. The southern Serengeti, once a paradise, has now become an arid, nutrient-poor land, no longer able to sustain all living things. But greener pastures are still waiting in the north, a beacon of hope. The day this journey begins is not fixed. It can start any time from late April to early June, when the southern Serengeti is no longer able to sustain them, a choice of survival. The journey north becomes the only option, a race against time. The land in the Serengeti and beyond represents their last hope, a ray of light in the darkness. This is the time the herds must travel more than 500 miles north, a long and arduous journey. New pastures are waiting, abundant food sources. A great migration begins with the participation of 1.5 million wildebeest, 300,000 gazelles, and 200,000 zebras, a mighty force. The animals form queues up to 25 miles long, like an endless river carrying the rhythm of life and survival, an epic tale of resilience. Each animal moves with the sole purpose of surviving, a commitment to the future. Wildebeest, with their enormous food needs, consume tons of grass each day, a huge amount of food. They have no choice but to move quickly north, where there is still enough grass and water to sustain life, a race against time. According to ecological studies in 2023, these herds can travel 6 to 9 miles a day, much faster than other stages of the migration, a remarkable adaptation. This speed is a deeply ingrained survival instinct, passed down through generations, a legacy of life. As the southern and central grasslands are consumed, they must find new land before the dry season fully begins, a choice of survival. If delayed, the risk of malnutrition and exhaustion looms large, a serious threat. At this time, reduced rainfall also changes the path of the migratory herds, an inevitable change. They move along the western corridor, crossing the rivers and small wetlands left over from the rainy season, a challenging path. The urgent footsteps of wildebeest and zebras echo across the arid land, creating a symphony of life and hope. The savanna becomes a racetrack for survival, where agility and the ability to navigate the arid landscape determine their fate, an uncompromising battle. These vast migratory herds are not just groups of animals seeking food, but also living shields that protect each other, a strong alliance. They use a unique survival strategy, moving in large herds. Strength lies in unity. The large number of animals makes it difficult for predators to pick out targets, reducing the chances of a successful hunt, a clever tactic. However, as they move further north, the large herds begin to disperse into smaller groups, a strategic division. This strategy helps reduce pressure on vegetation and increases access to food for each individual, a great benefit. Each small herd becomes a fortress of survival on the 1,200-mile journey, where every step is a battle to win life, an epic tale of resilience and hope. The journey north is not just about finding food and water, but also a race against time, a relentless race. As the herds approach the Serengeti River, the migration becomes more intense, the challenges becoming more difficult. Feline predators intensify their activity, turning this area into a hotspot for hunting, a dangerous area. According to the Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute in 2023, this stage has a higher success rate for predators than other times of the year, a sad fact. Wildebeest, exhausted after a long journey and depleted of energy due to lack of food, become easily spotted in the open fields, a real threat. Lions and cheetahs, two of the Serengeti's most notorious predators, seize every opportunity to attack as the migratory herds pass through open areas, an adventurous hunt. The presence of predators in every corner forces the migratory herds to always be on high alert, where every step can mean the difference between life and danger, a relentless tension. On the arid savanna, lions, notorious and highly organized predators, pose a significant threat to migratory animals on the African savanna, a real threat. They do not hunt randomly, but with strategic planning, choosing ambush points along the migration routes of wildebeest and zebras, a clever tactic. Lionesses often choose areas with bushes, trees, or rough terrain to hide, taking advantage of the element of surprise and the fatigue of the herds after their long journey, a great advantage. In response to this threat, herbivores have developed their own defensive strategies. Strength lies in unity. Zebras, with their excellent vision, often lead the migration, being the pioneers. According to a 2023 study by the Serengeti Research Institute, zebras can detect predators from a distance of up to 1.5 miles, an incredible ability. When they spot a lion, they immediately emit loud warning calls, helping the herd reorganize, raising alertness, and preparing for sudden changes in direction, if necessary to escape, an early warning system. Both zebras and wildebeest can run at speeds of 40 to 50 miles per hour, making it difficult for lionesses, who can only maintain high speeds for short periods of time, a great advantage for prey. If escape is not possible, wildebeest and zebras have their own defensive skills to confront lionesses, the top predators of the savanna. Strength lies in unity. Wildebeest, weighing around 500 pounds, are powerful animals with sharp horns that can be up to 30 inches long, a formidable weapon. When attacked, they do not just run away but can also fight back with their horns to attack and defend against predators, an admirable response. Lionesses, although powerful, can be seriously injured if attacked by the horns of wildebeest, a fact to note. Zebras, weighing around 900 pounds, can also turn the tables on the king of the savanna with powerful kicks from their hind legs, an incredible force. According to 2024 data from the Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute, a zebra's kick is strong enough to cause serious injuries to lions, especially when aimed at the head or chest, a dangerous weapon. This ability allows them to defend themselves when threatened, an important survival skill. In addition, zebras tend to run in smaller groups and use their kicks when faced with the risk of being surrounded, a clever tactic. In areas with thick grass and rough terrain, tension increases, a relentless tension. On one side are the patient lions hiding, and on the other are the cautious, vigilant herds, moving carefully with each step, an uncompromising battle. The struggle for survival between predator and prey takes place every day, where life and danger are always just a heartbeat away on the vast savanna grasslands, a race against time. Meanwhile, cheetahs become a significant threat to gazelles and zebras, their potential prey. With incredible speeds of 60 to 75 miles per hour in short bursts, cheetahs are the fastest land predators on the African plains, where speed is a key weapon, an undeniable advantage. Cheetahs take advantage of their sprinting ability on flat fields to approach their targets, making quick and unexpected attacks. However, migratory animals have their own defensive strategies, honed over millions of years of evolution. When a chase begins, gazelles do not panic and scatter aimlessly, but instead use clever tactics designed to outwit the fastest predators. Thompson's gazelle, small but extremely agile, disperse in different directions, creating a deliberate chaos. This creates visual confusion, making it difficult for cheetahs to focus on a single target, a clever tactic. With speeds of 50 to 60 miles per hour, Thompson's gazelle are formidable opponents, not easily defeated. However, their main defense is not just speed, but also the ability to make sudden changes in direction and incredible agility. They use zigzag running patterns with sharp turns, causing cheetahs to lose momentum, hindering the chase. These movements require precise timing and prevent predators from maintaining maximum speed for long periods of time, a clever strategy. Cheetahs can only maintain their high speed for 20 to 30 seconds, and if the gazelle can evade the cheetah for that period of time, the chance of survival increases significantly, a race against time. Around May to June, wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles head towards the western Serengeti, where the Umbalageti River crosses their path, creating a new challenge. The migration now faces a significant challenge, crossing dangerous waters, an adventure fraught with dangers. Predators lurking beneath the surface or ambushing from the riverbanks await the inevitable moment when the animals must cross, a decisive moment. The green pastures to the north are just across the river, but it represents a boundary between survival and danger, a stark choice. The Grumeti River, while not as wide as the Mara River, is still a formidable obstacle on the migration journey, a challenge that is not easy. Stretching about 30 miles, its narrow and deep sections become deadly traps for migratory herds, who often move in large groups, relying on numbers to protect against predators. Strength lies in unity. When the migration reaches the Grumeti River, they encounter one of the savannah's most formidable predators, the Nile crocodile, underwater giants. These underwater giants patiently hide beneath the surface, waiting for the moment when the animals come into their range, ready for a surprise attack. With an average length of 16 to 20 feet and an extremely powerful bite force of up to 3,700 pounds per square inch, a moment of inattention can cause a fully grown zebra to be pulled into the murky waters instantly, a quick death. According to research from the African Wildlife Foundation in 2024, the success rate of Nile crocodiles in chaotic river crossings reaches 70% for the weaker, younger, or more tired members of the herd, an incredible number. The river becomes a deadly trap, a fierce battlefield. Young wildebeest or small gazelles who are not strong enough to resist the current can succumb and become a feast for the waiting crocodiles, a tragic end. The Grumeti River becomes a dangerous obstacle in the migration, where life and danger are decided in seconds, a race against time. Amidst the swirling waters, the Grumeti River is not the only challenge. There are other dangers lurking. On both sides of the riverbank, large cats such as lions, hyenas, and leopards lie in wait, ready to take advantage of every moment of distraction, who are always looking for opportunities to attack. Among them, leopards are particularly renowned for their climbing abilities and skills in ambushing from above, making them especially dangerous in areas with dense vegetation, a clever tactic. Leopards patiently wait for their prey from high tree branches, targeting weak or young animals that stray from the herd, vulnerable prey. According to research from the Serengeti Research Institute in 2024, leopards have a 50 to 60% success rate in attacking vulnerable or young migratory animals, an incredible number. They take advantage of the panic after crossing the river, choosing individuals who are too tired to keep up with the herd, an opportunistic tactic. With impressive agility and strength, leopards can launch a surprise attack and bring down their prey in the blink of an eye, a quick death. After capturing their prey, leopards will drag the carcass up a tree to avoid having it stolen by other predators, a clever action to protect their spoils. Despite the dangers and challenges, the migratory herds must continue forward to reach the land of hope and life on the other side of the river, an admirable determination. At this time, they demonstrate remarkable survival skills and strategies, honed over millions of years. As they approach the Grumeti River, the timing, location, and method of crossing become a matter of survival, key factors for survival. A wrong choice can lead to disaster, with Nile crocodiles waiting in the water, a race against time. In May and June, the Grumeti River is often full of water due to previous heavy rains, an unstable situation. However, as the rains subside, the river's water level becomes unpredictable, creating dangerous conditions for animals, a challenge that is not easy. During this period, the most important survival strategy is to move in large groups. Strength lies in unity. About 1 million wildebeest and 200,000 zebras will cross the river during this time, often in groups of 5,000 to 10,000 animals, an enormous number. The leaders of the herd, often the strongest individuals, will lead the group across, scouting the riverbed for a safe path, a great sacrifice. Moving in large groups not only increases their chances of survival by protecting each other, but also creates confusion, making it difficult for predators to pick out a specific target to attack, a clever tactic. In the swirling waters and dangerous hunts, the unity of the herd becomes their strongest weapon, turning this dangerous journey into a strategic competition between survival and danger, a relentless race. A remarkable behavior that scientists have observed during the migration is the hesitation of wildebeest before crossing the Serengeti River, a meaningful act. This behavior can last from several hours to even days, as the herd gathers at the riverbank, examining the water and looking for signs of Nile crocodiles, an admirable caution. This hesitation is not just hesitation, but also an important survival strategy, which can save many lives. According to the latest ecological studies, this caution allows herd leaders to detect potential threats, especially if the water is too deep or if there are crocodiles near the shore, a keen observation. These moments of tense waiting create an atmosphere of suspense and danger, where the boundary between life and danger is fragile, a harsh truth. This behavior gives the wildebeest time to scout the area, minimizing risks and increasing their chances of survival during the challenging crossing, a smart precaution. It is not just a migration, it is a calculated battle with nature, where the instinct for survival has been honed over millions of years, a remarkable adaptation. In June, the African savanna becomes more vibrant than ever, a major change. The migration continues its northward pace, but also enters a special phase, the mating season, a critical time for the survival of the species. The migratory herds suddenly become tense, like a pressure cooker. The males fight to secure the right to continue their lineage, creating dramatic scenes across the vast grasslands, an uncompromising battle. The snarls and thunder of hooves echo everywhere, a symphony of strength and life. The struggle for survival becomes more complicated as predators seize this opportunity to hunt an easy meal, an opportunity not to be missed. During this time, the herds no longer move as a unified group, an important change. Smaller groups called fragmented herds scatter in different directions, a strategic division. They spread out across the Serengeti in search of the remaining fresh grasses, a relentless search. Two main paths open up, difficult choices. Some groups head west, crossing the Serengeti River and entering the Serengeti Reserve, a dangerous path. Other groups move straight north, passing through Seronera to Lobo and approaching the Loliondo border, a promising path. June to July in the Serengeti marks a significant shift in climate, a major transition. According to data from the Tanzania Meteorological Authority in 2023, average rainfall during this period drops sharply, ranging from 0.8 to 2 inches per month, a significant decrease. Short rains may still occur, but the gradual decrease in humidity signals the approach of the dry season, a worrying sign. Temperatures increase, the grass begins to wither, and water sources become scarce, forcing migratory animals to fight for survival, a race against time. June to July marks the rutting season or mating season of migratory species, a critical time for the survival of the species. During the Great Migration, millions of wildebeest and zebras move across the arid plains. But at this time, competition for mates becomes a top priority, a shift in goals. The strongest males face off, defending territories and competing for the right to mate, creating dramatic scenes. The strongest males select the most fertile grasslands as their temporary territories, a clever strategy. With each step, they demonstrate their strength through fierce confrontations, from headbutts to high-speed chases, a display of power. The battle for mating rights is a relentless battle, with no end. Successful males who defend their territory well have a higher chance of reproduction and can mate with several females in their area, a worthy reward. Nature adds an exciting element to this battle, making the competition more complex. Blue wildebeest not only rely on strength, but also use a subtle chemical signal, a clever tactic. They mark their territory with a unique scent from pheromones, rubbing their horns and body against trees or the ground, a way to assert dominance. This helps them not only defend their territory but also attract females during the breeding season, maintaining social stability within the herd, a clever act. However, harsh weather conditions add another layer of challenges, making the battle even more difficult. As rainfall decreases in the Serengeti, grass becomes scarce, a worrying shortage. This forces the males to move constantly to find fresh grass, making their territory less stable, a challenge that is not easy. In years with low rainfall, the males must change territories more frequently, reducing their chances of maintaining their territory and mating successfully, a difficult situation. Amidst the arid grasslands of the Serengeti, as hot winds kick up dust into the air, each confrontation and movement becomes a dance of survival, where mating instincts and the struggle to endure intertwine, a symphony of life and hope. Unlike blue wildebeest, zebras have a more complex and stable social system called a herd, an organized society. A herd is led by a dominant male who has supreme authority. A herd consists of a male, several females, and their offspring, a close-knit family. These members often stay together for months or even years, a remarkable stability. During the mating season from June to July, the herds gather into larger flocks, sometimes up to hundreds of individuals, migrating together towards the northern Serengeti and the western corridor, a strong union. During this time, the male fiercely protects his herd, fighting off intruders who try to approach the females, a great sacrifice. A male will signal a warning by rubbing his nose or shoulder against his opponent, a threatening action. If there is no retreat, a fierce battle will ensue, sometimes lasting for hours as the two males wrestle, biting each other's necks, heads, or legs, an uncompromising battle. The victorious male secures the right to mate with all the females in his herd, maintaining stability and strong genetics for the next generation, a worthy reward. Although they do not have a herd system, Thompson's gazelle are polygamous, with each dominant male mating with multiple females within his territory, an efficient breeding system. Their reproduction occurs frequently throughout the year, helping their populations thrive, a remarkable adaptation. During the rutting season, males establish temporary territories, waiting for females to enter their area, a patient strategy. Unlike the fierce battles seen in blue wildebeest and zebras, male gazelles do not engage in fierce battles at this time. They seek more peaceful ways to compete. Males controlling areas with lush grass have a better chance of mating, as females tend to gather where there is plenty of food, ensuring good health during the breeding season, a clever strategy. During the mating season, in addition to grazing and competing for mates, the migratory herds continue their journey, constantly moving forward. They move in large groups, creating a natural shield against predators. Strength lies in unity. The coordination between multiple species, especially zebras, with their unique black and white stripes, causes visual confusion for predators, making it difficult for them to identify a specific target, a clever tactic. When the herds move in large groups, the success rate of lions and cheetahs decreases significantly, a great advantage. This improves the chances of survival, as potential prey are constantly protected by thousands of other animals, a solid protective barrier. Even gazelles, although smaller than wildebeest and zebras, benefit from this protection as they move along with the larger herds, an admirable cooperation. However, as food and water become scarce at the end of rainy season, the large herds often begin to divide into fragmented herds to seek resources, a strategic division. This fragmentation creates more opportunities for predators to ambush, often targeting weaker or younger individuals. As the herds are scattered, a dangerous situation. In the western corridor and the Kogatende area, lions take advantage of the dispersion of migratory animals to ambush weak or exhausted animals during the mating season, an opportunistic tactic. During this time, dominant males often become tired from protecting their territory and mates, making them an easy target for surprise attacks, a real threat. Lionesses along the Grumeti River and in the Singita area use the complex terrain to ambush smaller herds as they cross the river, a great advantage for predators. The mating season is a prime time for lions to hunt, as the dispersion of the herd and internal competition make the animals distracted and less alert, a sad truth. In addition, the migratory herds also face leopards, a solitary and stealthy predator, known for their ability to hide and ambush from above, a master of disguise. During the mating season, when gazelle herds are more easily dispersed, leopards often target weak or isolated young, especially when the males are busy defending territories and competing for mates, an opportunistic tactic. Leopards exploit their distraction to carry out ambushes, a great advantage for the predator. With their impressive climbing skills and muscular strength, leopards easily navigate challenging terrain, creating a significant threat to migratory animals throughout their journey, a challenge that is not easy. The dense vegetation in the Serengeti and the western corridor provides leopards with excellent shelter, making it easier for them to hide. Thanks to surprise ambushes from trees or tall grass, leopards can bring down their prey in seconds before the herd can organize a response, an incredible speed. According to the latest data from 2024, the success rate of leopards can reach 50 to 60% in quick and unexpected attacks, adding to the challenges of the migration, an uncompromising battle. Adding to the challenges of the migration is the formidable presence of hyenas, fearsome predators known for their complex social structures and group hunting strategies, a significant force. During the mating season, they become a significant threat, especially to non-young or weak animals. As the herds are dispersed, a dangerous situation. Hyenas are not only skilled hunters, but also opportunistic scavengers, often stealing prey from other animals, a contemptible tactic. Unlike the large cats, which often hunt alone, hyenas use herd strategies, surrounding and weakening their prey through long chases, before taking action, a terrifying tactic. They concentrate on areas where the herds gather to mate, targeting individuals who stray from the group or when the males are busy defending their territory, an opportunistic action. From August to October, the Kogatende area in the northern Serengeti and the Masai Mara of Kenya become the focal point of the Great Migration, a significant event. Millions of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles migrate north after crossing the arid plains of the Serengeti, only to face the formidable Mara River, a major challenge. Daily river crossings take place, posing a rigorous challenge and uncompromising battle. This is the most difficult part of their journey, a test of strength and will. On the other side of the river is the Masai Mara, a lush grassland only 580 square miles in size, but promising with fresh grass sprouting after the rain, a green paradise. To get there, the herds must cross the mighty river and face the dangers lurking within it, a big gamble. The swift-flowing stretch of river extends for miles, and beneath its murky waters are giant Nile crocodiles, eagerly awaiting their annual feast, a death that awaits. As the migratory herds approach, the river's water level can fluctuate unexpectedly, an unpredictable change, posing a serious threat to their river crossing, an unavoidable danger. In 2024, the Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute reported that in years with unusual rainfall, the water level of the Mara River can change significantly, a major concern. A sudden rise can create flash floods, making river crossings dangerous for migratory animals, a potential disaster. However, in years with lower rainfall, the river's water level drops, making it easier for the herds to cross. But this also means that the number of Nile crocodiles silently waiting beneath the still waters increases, a deadly trap. The risk of crocodile attacks increases as the herds cross, turning this journey into one of the most dangerous moments of the Great Migration, a race with death. The fluctuating water level of the Mara River plays a critical role in the migratory behavior of animals at this time, a key factor. Choosing the right time to cross the river is a matter of survival, as each decision directly affects the safety of the herd, a difficult choice. Research from the Serengeti Research Institute in 2024 shows that in years with heavy rain, the mortality rate during river crossings can increase by 10 to 20% due to strong currents and the risk of drowning, an incredible number. On the other hand, in drier years, this rate decreases, but the risk of crocodile attacks increases as the herds are forced to cross shallower sections of the river, making them more vulnerable, a dangerous trade-off. From July to October, the herds of wildebeest and zebras continuously move through the northern Serengeti and the Masai Mara in Kenya, a non-stop journey. River crossings take place daily, with many crossing points along the Mara River, a big gamble. A common misconception is that the herds only migrate north in June and stay in Kenya until October, but the reality is much more complex, a fact that needs to be clarified. At the crossing points, the herds can suddenly change direction, sometimes crossing the river only to turn around immediately, an incomprehensible behavior. The decision of whether or not to cross the river often happens abruptly and does not follow a set pattern, an unpredictability. If one individual decides to jump into the water, many others will follow, the herd effect. Sometimes there are only 10 animals, but at other times there are 10,000, creating dramatic migration scenes, an incredible spectacle. When the herds of wildebeest and zebras approach the Mara River, one of their most remarkable behaviors is hesitation and exploration, an admirable caution. The herds often gather at the riverbank for several days, waiting for leading individuals, especially zebras, who have excellent vision and can assess the danger of the river, a heavy responsibility. This behavior not only reflects caution, but is also a sophisticated survival strategy, a careful calculation. As wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles step down to the Mara River, tension rises with each step, a stifling atmosphere. Hundreds of hungry crocodiles are waiting, anticipating a sumptuous feast, a death that awaits. On both sides of the riverbank, lions and hyenas also take advantage of moments when individuals are separated from the herd or exhausted after their long journey, opportunities not to be missed. In these decisive moments, the river is no longer just a river crossing, it turns into a harsh arena, a place of no mercy. The predators hiding underwater are ready for the chaotic moments when the herds begin to cross, an uncompromising battle. With their enormous size and unparalleled underwater power, Nile crocodiles can easily drag down a fully grown wildebeest weighing 1,000 pounds, a terrifying force. Here they perform powerful death rolls underwater to tear apart their prey, a gruesome death. From July to October, the Great Migration carries millions of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles from the Serengeti across the Mara River, creating a spectacular natural phenomenon in the Masai Mara, a critical time. The ecosystem experiences significant changes as these vast grasslands become a gathering place for these huge herds, a major change. During the migration, these herbivores not only seek fresh grass, but also play an important role in the food chain of the Masai Mara, a critical role. According to a 2023 report from the Serengeti Mara Ecosystem Fund, massive grazing stimulates the growth of fresh grass, a positive impact. In addition, the movement of the herds helps disperse seeds, increasing soil fertility, a great benefit. However, the large amount of manure produced during the migration also affects the growth and distribution of vegetation, creating favorable conditions for other species in the area, a complex interaction. As November and December arrive, the short rains begin to fall in the southern Serengeti, bringing life to the arid grasslands and creating lush green pastures, a miraculous revival, an ideal food source for blue wildebeest and zebras, a generosity of nature. This is the signal for migratory animals to leave the Masai Mara and begin their return journey to southern Tanzania, a journey home. The Great Migration enters its final stage, and the Serengeti Plains once again become the destination for the end of this long and challenging journey of fulfillment. At this time in Ndutu, the short grasses form the perfect calving ground for wildebeest, ready to begin a new breeding cycle, a new beginning full of hope. Nature prepares for a season of renewal, marking a fresh start after a dangerous and arduous journey, a promise of life and hope. In 2023, about 1.3 million wildebeest, 300,000 zebras, and hundreds of thousands of gazelles moved in seemingly endless rivers, a magnificent natural spectacle. The flow of life continues relentlessly, an eternal rhythm of survival. Crossing the Mara River for the second time in the year, the herds again face familiar challenges: swift-flowing waters, wading crocodiles, and the chaos of the herd as they step down to the river, unpredictable dangers. However, the resilient animals continue their journey south, a steadfast will. The Lobo area and the northern plains are just short stops before the herds enter Ndutu, where the new rains have begun to nourish the fresh grass, a destination awaited. Migratory animals such as blue wildebeest and zebras follow a very distinct movement pattern to respond to rainfall, a clever adaptation. This journey is not just about finding fresh grass, but also a survival mechanism driven by the natural cycle, an adjustment to survive. The migratory behavior of wildebeest is influenced by hormonal changes and their strong ability to sense environmental changes, a deep connection with nature. During this period, the herds are not only moving to seek food, but also preparing for the upcoming breeding season, an important preparation. At the beginning of the year, the Ndutu area in particular becomes an ideal destination due to its lush green grass and abundant water from the short rains, a small paradise. This allows the herds to replenish their energy after their long journey, ready for a challenging calving season, a necessary recovery. As the migratory animals return in November and December, this marks an arduous and challenging phase in their journey, a non-stop struggle for survival. Predators such as lions, hyenas, cheetahs, leopards, and sometimes African wild dogs patiently wait on the grasslands and near water sources where the herds often stop, a potential threat. As the animals return to the Serengeti to enjoy the rains and fresh grass, exhaustion from their long journey makes them easier targets, a weakness that is exploited. Lions and hyenas make full use of the dispersion of the herds, opportunistic hunters. As fresh grass becomes more appealing, the herds spread out to find food, creating opportunities for surprise ambushes by predators, a dangerous dispersion. The open terrain of the Serengeti and the appearance of puddles after the rain turn these resting places into potential traps, a potential danger. Hyenas use the strategy of chasing and isolating weaker individuals, often targeting females or young, while lions often focus on older, weaker, or lonely animals, easy targets. Although fewer in number and facing competition from lions and hyenas, African wild dogs are still highly effective predators, especially of Thompson's gazelles, a special adaptation. Their success rate can reach up to 80% due to their group hunting skills and coordination, focusing on medium-sized prey such as Thompson's gazelles, impalas, and small kudas, an effective hunting strategy. To respond to the constant lurking of predators, wildebeest and zebras use defensive strategies and active defense. The herds gather into large groups with young and weak animals surrounded by older, stronger individuals, creating a living protective barrier. Strength lies in unity. Their unity forms a moving wall that makes it difficult for predators to isolate and attack their targets. An effective defense. Whenever lions try to pick out a young or sick animal, the herd will tighten its formation, making the hunt more difficult, a fortified defensive line. In the final months of the year, although the return to the Serengeti signals a promising rainy season, it is also one of the most dangerous times, a harsh truth. The struggle for survival between migratory animals never really ends, but through unity, vigilance, and sophisticated defensive strategies, they have managed to overcome the ever-present threats waiting in the harsh savanna, an epic tale of resilience. The challenges that the travelers of the Great Migration face across the African savanna go beyond dangerous river crossings and the threats posed by predators, a much more complex picture. There is also the increasing pressure from environmental impacts, a growing threat. Climate change is becoming one of the biggest challenges facing the Great Migration, a global issue. Migratory animals rely heavily on fresh grass and clean water, but the weather no longer follows traditional patterns, an alarming shift. This not only changes their habitats, but also alters the entire migratory journey, a profound impact. These challenges push the herds into a more intense struggle for survival, where both nature and predators become significant threats, a dangerous combination. The rainy season in the Serengeti usually lasts from November to December, with a longer rainy season from March to May, a seasonal distribution. However, according to 2024 reports, rainfall has become more unpredictable, a worrying change. Short rains may last longer or arrive later, forcing animals to adjust their migration speeds, a necessary adaptation. This directly affects the growth of grass, leaving not enough food for the entire herd, a worrying shortage. In addition to changes in rainfall, average temperatures in the Serengeti and Masai Mara have also increased due to climate change, an alarming increase. Higher temperatures cause water to evaporate faster, drying up rivers like the Grumeti and Mara much more quickly, a dangerous desiccation. This forces the herds to move further and travel faster to find water, a great pressure. In harsher years, higher temperatures lead to an increase in mortality rates due to exhaustion and lack of food sources, a potential disaster. One result of the shift in rainfall patterns is the occurrence of extreme weather events such as droughts and floods, an increase in the severity of nature. Among them, droughts in the Serengeti pose one of the most serious challenges for migratory animals, a major threat. When the grass does not grow fast enough or in sufficient quantity, wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles are forced to migrate earlier towards the Masai Mara or stay there longer, a difficult situation. This puts tremendous pressure on the resources in the Masai Mara, where both grass and water become scarce, a dangerous shortage. Floods also pose potential threats, another danger lurking. According to a 2023 report from the Serengeti Research Institute, in years with heavy rain, rivers can turn into swift currents, endangering the herds, an uncontrollable force. The mortality rate during river crossings can reach up to 10%, especially in the young, a huge loss. River crossings, an important part of the Great Migration, turn into nightmares, where life and death are only a breath away, a race with death. Meanwhile, erosion and constant terrain changes are reshaping the path of the Great Migration, a non-stop change. Heavy rains carve deep valleys and rugged hills into the surface of the savanna, creating new obstacles. Rivers that once provided life have now turned into swift currents, threatening any animal that dares to approach, a harsh environment. Wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles are forced to adjust their routes, sometimes crossing previously unexplored areas, a dangerous adventure. The situation is far from ideal. Under human influence, even more serious consequences are occurring with increasing frequency, a worrying intervention. The struggle for survival is no longer only regulated by the natural order, but is also influenced by human activity. Infrastructure development in the Serengeti and Masai Mara is threatening the great migration of millions of herbivores and the entire food chain in this ecosystem, a serious threat. Projects such as roads, bridges, and urban development are creating major barriers, disrupting migration routes that have existed for thousands of years, a dangerous disruption. These projects cut across vast grasslands, dividing critical ecological corridors that migratory herds frequent, an unwanted fragmentation. A 2023 WWF report warns that such infrastructure can lead to serious accidents for the herds, as they are forced to cross roads to continue their journey, a real danger. Furthermore, while tourism provides a significant source of revenue for Tanzania and Kenya, unsustainable tourism practices are causing alarming impacts on the Great Migration, a dangerous trade-off. The construction of resorts, campsites, and roads has encroached on the natural habitat of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles, an unacceptable encroachment. Overcrowded safari vehicles in protected areas are a major problem, an alarming situation. According to a 2024 report by the Kenya Wildlife Service, during the peak season, the Masai Mara can see up to 600 vehicles per day, an incredible number. This large volume of traffic not only disrupts the natural behavior of animals, but also causes stress and unwanted intervention. The herds are chased, forced to avoid vehicles, and have to constantly change their routes, leading to the fragmentation of the herd and increasing the risk of predation, a serious consequence. The Great Migration, a magnificent natural phenomenon, is facing increasingly serious threats, a sad truth. New development zones are springing up, grasslands are shrinking, climate and weather patterns are becoming more unpredictable and erratic, natural disasters are becoming more severe, an uncertain future. Migrations seem to be longer, more tiring, and more stressful, an increasingly difficult struggle for survival. The savanna ecosystem is withering with each blade of grass in the dry season, a worrying decline. Without timely protection measures, this great journey of survival could be irreparably damaged in the near future, a potential disaster. To respond to these growing challenges, international organizations, local governments, and nonprofit organizations have been working tirelessly to find solutions for nature conservation, an admirable effort. Expanding nature reserves and ecological corridors has become one of the key strategies, an important step. The Serengeti and Masai Mara are already large protected areas, but expanding them to ensure connectivity between these areas is essential, comprehensive protection. One notable project is the Western Corridor of the Serengeti, a promising initiative. According to a 2023 report from the Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute, the Tanzanian government is working to expand this area to protect the herds as they cross the Grumeti and Mara rivers, a strong commitment. These corridors help minimize conflict between humans and wildlife, while protecting migration routes from fragmentation, a smart management. According to the Serengeti Research Institute in 2024, the government has implemented measures to limit the number of vehicles in protected areas to minimize disruption to the natural behavior of migratory animals, a conscious intervention. Ecotourism is also encouraged, with resorts adopting sustainable practices such as minimizing plastic waste and using renewable energy, a responsible choice. Vegetation restoration and water management projects in rivers such as the Serengeti and Mara have also contributed to maintaining a viable habitat for migratory animals, a critical revival. According to data from the Serengeti Ecosystem Management Project in 2023, 5,000 hectares of land have been restored, providing food for the herds during migration, a remarkable recovery. In addition, environmental education programs, supported by organizations such as the African Wildlife Foundation, have raised awareness and reduced pressure from poaching, a long-term strategy. Local communities are encouraged to participate in ecotourism projects, allowing them to benefit directly from this source of income, a mutually beneficial cooperation. In the ongoing efforts to conserve this ecosystem, the Northern Tanzania Rangeland Initiative, NTBI, has emerged as an inspirational success story, a prime example. This collaborative effort between conservation organizations and local communities aims to protect key ecological corridors, particularly along the migration route of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles from the Serengeti to the Masai Mara, a shared commitment. The success of these conservation projects also serves as a reminder of the responsibility we all share to protect this great migration and the ecosystem it supports, a shared responsibility. Not just organizations and governments, but individuals also play an important role, a comprehensive participation. By contributing financially to reputable conservation organizations, people can directly support efforts to protect wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles. Direct support. When visiting the Serengeti or Masai Mara, choosing environmentally friendly tourism companies with clear conservation standards, such as using renewable energy or minimizing plastic waste, is a practical way to contribute, a responsible choice. Respecting conservation guidelines, such as maintaining a safe distance from animals, is another way to protect them from unnecessary stress, a necessary respect. Visitors can also support community-based conservation projects by purchasing handicrafts or using services from the Maasai people, a local support. Have you ever taken a safari, witnessed the endless migratory flow, and the heart-stopping river crossings of the Great Migration, a memorable experience? If so, do not hesitate to share your experiences in the comments below. A valuable sharing. Your photos and stories help raise global awareness of the importance and urgency of protecting this ecosystem, making you an ambassador for the conservation of the Great Migration, a vital role in protecting our natural heritage. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join us for more amazing adventures, where the stories of nature are still waiting to be told, an invitation to explore the beauty of the natural world.